Once I stood them in front of that mirror, I could not see that sparkle in their eye, that little hint to say, I look amazing. They look at themselves like top to bottom, but that spark was missing, that crazy spark that I wanted to see. The reason why I know there wasn't a spark, because I was that person once upon a time. Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Meena Kumari. So I hope you're all doing well and you enjoyed the last one. So this time round, I'm going to be delving into a little bit more. I'm going to be talking about topics that are very, very, very close to my heart. And the first one we're going to talk about is body confidence. So you say, okay, Meena, what is body confidence? Body confidence is you loving your body from the inside out. Literally, everything you see about yourself, you've got to love it. And you know what? We have more women who don't love their bodies than they actually love their bodies. We start as young as 6 or 7. There's statistics showing, ridiculous statistics, that children at the age of 7, 8 don't like the way they look. So where's this all come from? Is it come from social media? Is it come from what people are saying to us? How does it impact us on a day-to-day basis? So how I started, I became a stylist and a colorist first. I could dress the women into beautiful clothes. I can put the right style on them. But you know what? Once I stood them in front of that mirror, I could not see that sparkle in their eye, that little hint to say, I look amazing. They look at themselves like top to bottom, but that spark was missing, that crazy spark that I wanted to see. The reason why I know there wasn't a spark, because I was that person once upon a time. I look good on the outside, but my body I didn't like. I hid it with clothes, I hid it with makeup. Meena had this biggest smile on her face, but you know what? I wasn't happy with the way my body was. So I masked it for a very long time. So I know when a woman does not like her body. So yes, we dress ourselves, we look amazing. But let's go back into why don't we like our bodies? Think about yourself as a 5-year-old child. Remember that 5-year-old child, everyone thinks you're amazing, you're cute, you look in the mirror, nobody says anything. Did you ever think, I don't look good as a 5-year-old child? No. So what happens after the age of 5? You know what? Some of us are lovely and cute and we have this baby fat, which is acceptable for everything. But then a couple of years later, you start hearing the comments, she's a little big, she needs to look after herself. What's going to happen when she gets older? Nobody's going to marry her. This is predominantly for the South Asian community, because this is what happens from the age of a very young child. You're still a child and they're thinking of sending you away, that you're going to belong to somebody else, you're going to go into another family. So do you know what? That kind of sticks with us. And then we become from a beautiful toddler, then we go into our early teens. And then that's when all the comments start. Because you know what? Because the aunties or the uncles or somebody else have their own insecurities. So what do? They put it onto you to say, you're a little bit big, aren't you? Oh, she's a little bit dark. Look at her hair. Look at her eyebrows. Look at her eyes. So all these comments start, and do you know what? We start owning it. We know our own story. Do you know what? We were that confident little child at the age of 5. Then all of a sudden, we start listening to other people's comments, and it's not just the girls, it's for the boys as well. So when I talk about this, I'm talking about it collectively for boys and girls. Boys have just as much pressure because they are supposed to be strong. They're supposed to be the providers when they get older. Yes, my voice has changed because that's how it's told to them as well. And again, you know what? Nobody talks about a boy's looks, but the boys have other pressures that they need to be the breadwinners. They need to be the home provider. And so they get those insecurities. And for the girls, you're going to belong to somebody else. So you need to look amazing. You need to look great. You need to look slim. You need to be fair. Can you listen to that? Can you hear that? Can you remember these comments that were said to you? How did that make you feel? How did it make you think about yourself? How did it really sit with you? Did you feel good about yourself? Did you start thinking, oh yeah, there's something not quite right with me? Oh, if everybody's saying it, then it must be true. But what you stopped doing is believing in yourself, because you started listening to everybody else. And sadly, this is where we start loathing our bodies. Social media doesn't help. Magazines don't help. But what we need to remember, these magazines, a lot of them are made to look good. They're photoshopped. I'm not saying all of them are, because some people do actually keep the pictures as they are, but predominantly a lot of them have been tampered with, or they've changed, they've photoshopped. So that makes us feel insecure about ourselves. So we think we have to look at this magazine, we have to look at like that person. But then again, it's like, why are we doing this? Because socially, that's what everybody does. And we try and fit into society. And this is why I love the job I do, because I want to change those myths. I want to get you to believe in yourself, to say, you know what? Our body is one thing that we were born with, and that leaves us. You know, people come, people go in our lives, but our body is the one that stays with us throughout. So from doing the next few sessions, I want to start talking about how you can become confident. I'm going to give you some hints and tips as we go along, but these are the things that I do in my workshops, in-person workshops. But I want to go out there and say to every person out there, start loving your body. Let your body be your friend. Let the body be your best friend, because, you know, we treat our best friends with pride, dignity, with love and care. But can you imagine how we would feel if we start doing that for our own bodies? And again, why do we let other people tell us how we feel about ourselves? You know, again, if you've got young children, let them look in the mirror. Let them be themselves as long as we want. Do you remember that there's, you know, okay, I'm in my late 50s, so there were times when you were looking in the mirror and it says, stop looking in the mirror. You're too vain. Remember all those days? Remember all those things that were said to us? We need to start changing the narrative. We need to start, especially with the youngsters, with the next generation and the generation after and the generation after that. We need to start helping them to say, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay. Our bodies are meant to be the way they're meant to be, you know, genetically. You know, there's so much out there now as well, that the way we eat, the way we dress, the way we, you know, socialize, you know, a lot of it has become more socializing, eating out. So our bodies do fluctuate. So it's okay. You can have the best life. And you know what? Every body is a perfect body. When we hear about the beach body, when we hear about this body, you need to do this body. Think about it. When Christmas time comes up, let's get into that little black dress. Hey, why don't we just ditch the word little? Why don't we get into that black dress, or get into our sequins? Does it have to say big, little? Why do we need to use those words? Our body is our body, so we need to start appreciating our body from the inside out. You know, and I'm not saying fat is good, because obviously there's health implications on that as well. As long as you can move, that's okay. As long as our organs, I'm not medically trained, but I know when I have been overweight that my breathing gets difficult as well. So watch the next episode, and then I will start giving you some hints and tips on how we can change the narrative about our own bodies.